President Lyndon B. Johnson nominated Constance Baker Motley to the federal judiciary in January 1966. By the end of that summer, she became the first black woman to serve on the federal bench in the history of the United States. But by that point, Judge Baker Motley had decades of experience litigating civil rights cases. While working as the only woman lawyer at the NAACP Legal Defense and Education Fund, she was the protege of Thurgood Marshall, who, of course, went on to become the first black Supreme Court justice. She wrote the original complaint in Brown versus Board of Education. She represented clients like Martin Luther King Jr. after his arrest in Birmingham in 1963, and the more than 1,000 students who skipped class to protest segregation in Birmingham under the threat of police violence. Motley was the first black woman to argue cases before the Supreme Court. She did it 10 times. She won 9 of those 10 times. And that is the story legal legacy that President Biden's Supreme Court nominee, Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson, invoked today when she spoke to the Senate Judiciary Committee on day 1 of her confirmation hearings.
During this hearing, I hope that you will see how much I love our country and the Constitution and the rights that make us free. I stand on the shoulders of so many who have come before me, including Judge Constance Baker Motley, who was the first African-American woman to be appointed to the federal bench and with whom I share a birthday. And like Judge Motley, I have dedicated my career to ensuring that the words engraved on the front of the Supreme Court building, "Equal justice under law," are a reality and not just an ideal.
Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson, the first black woman nominated to the Supreme Court, spoke to the committee for 10 minutes about her personal and professional background and her dedication to equal justice under the law. She spoke only after several hours of remarks by committee members, which featured some prominent Republicans lobbing a range of critiques as she sat quietly listening. There were complaints about her previous work as a public defender, her membership on a school board, and the fact that President Biden did not choose a different black woman to be his nominee. Other senators reminded the room that Judge Jackson had stood before the committee before. She faced Senate confirmation hearings in 2009 for her nomination to the U.S. Sentencing Commission, in 2012 for her nomination to the Federal District Court in Washington, and again last April for her nomination to the U.S. Court of Appeals for the D.C. Circuit. She was confirmed each time, twice by voice vote, and most recently by a 9-vote margin with 3 Republicans supporting her nomination. She also clerked for Justice Breyer, the justice who she seeks to replace. With that extensive legal resume, she was able to make this assurance to the committee today.
On the day of his Supreme Court nomination, Justice Breyer said, quote, "What is law supposed to do, seen as a whole? It is supposed to allow all people, to live together in a society where they have so many different views, so many different needs, to live together in a way that is more harmonious, that is better, so that they can work productively together." End quote. If I am confirmed, I commit to you that I will work productively to support and defend the Constitution and this grand experiment of American democracy that has endured over these past 246 years.